that employee performance, the dependent variable is available here, the average values for that, the average values for the transformational leadership, employee engagement and employee satisfaction. Now what we are going to do, we are going to run the correlation analysis for that, and then later we are going to do the regression analysis. So let's check the correlation of these items. So go to analysis, and you have to go to correlate, bivariate, and these 4 variables you have to transfer to the variable box, right? And already the check is on Pearson, so we are going to calculate the Pearson correlation for this. Flag significant value should be also selected and OK. And here we can see the correlation metrics for these 4 variables. So we have to see 2 things, that either our independent variables are significantly correlated to the dependent variable, and secondly we have to look at the independent variables, that the correlation among the independent variables should not exceed the value of 0.85 or 0.9. So here we can see transformational leadership is significantly correlated with employee performance. The p-value is 0.01, which is much less than 0.05. Secondly, in the second variable we have employee engagement. It is slightly higher than 0.5, but it is under that 0.1. So we can keep it. And in the same way, we have the employee satisfaction, which is having the p-value of 0.01, which is much lesser than 0.05. And other variables are having the significant correlations, but they are not the big value. So here is no issue of multicollinearity. So we can go ahead for testing the relationships, for testing the hypothesis of our construct. So please look at the conceptual framework of the study again. We have 3 independent variables and 1 dependent variable. Employee performance is a dependent. We have 3 independent variables: transformational leadership, employee engagement and employee satisfaction. And for that we have 3 hypotheses we have already communicated with you in the beginning of this lecture. So let's find out either these relationships are significant or not. For that, what we have to do, we have to go to regression. We go to regression, analyze, regression and linear. In the linear regression, we have the dependent variable. The dependent variable is employee performance, and 3 independent variables we have: transformational leadership, employee engagement and employee satisfaction. We have transferred these all 3 variables into the independent list, and we are going to press OK for that, and we have the result for the regression analysis. Here we have 4 tables. The first table shows us that which variables have been entered or removed from the analysis. So all 3 independent variables have been entered in our analysis, means that there is no issue of any variable having any issue. All the variables have been included in our model. Secondly, we have the model summary. In model summary, we have to look at the value of, particularly at the value of R square, and here the R square value is 0.08. This R square value is very less. There must be some issue of the multicollinearity, and so we can also go for the multicollinearity test if we look at that. Okay, ANOVA. In ANOVA, we have the significance value 0.001, which is significant. It means that our model is significant and our model is fit. The value less than 0.05 in the ANOVA table shows that the model is significant. However, when we look at the coefficient table, we can see that we have 3 independent variables, and for these 3 independent variables, the T statistics are above the threshold value of 2, and the p values are less than 0.05. This means that all these 3 variables are having the significant impact on employee performance. However, the value of R square is much less, so there might be the issue of multicollinearity. We have to address that, but at the initial level, if we just want to check the significance of these three variables, so we can find that according to the t values and the p values, the variables are significant. Hence, we can see this. We can say that like transformational leadership, employee engagement, and employee satisfaction have the significant impact over employee performance. So, guys, that's all for today's lecture. Thank you very much. And these are some basic analysis you can include in your report at the basic level, especially at the undergraduate level or the term paper. Thank you very much for your concentration.